This isn't too personal to talk about. Like, I really don't want my whole family to disown me after I say this. I don't know if it got me thinking about it, but I was like, I was born a forceps birth. And, I was actually in intensive care for the first 3 weeks of my life because I was so warm and snuggy in that, like, womb that I just didn't want to come out. And, in a way, like, we joke about it and whatever now because everything thankfully was okay, even though I had a rectangular head and a suntan and a full head of hair, by the way. Just saying, what was that? But, it must have been a very painful yet beautiful experience for both of us because obviously for my mother, like, labor can be incredibly painful to squeeze like a whole child out of your vagina. But for me, it was painful too because I just wanted to stay in the room. Like, I did not want to come out. Like, she was like 10 months pregnant or whatever, and I still wouldn't come out. So ultimately, they had to pull me out with metal prongs on my newborn little baby soft head. And you know what shape my head was when I came out? Rectangular, like an alien. And as I said, I went in intensive care for 3 weeks, but I just didn't want to come out. It was so beautiful in there, and but thankfully everything was okay. And as far as I know, there are no repercussions, although some of my friends might disagree with that. And what also was so fabulous about my birth is that I had a suntan when I came out. I guess they always knew that I was going to be an Essex boy at heart. Oh God, I've been on such a tangent tonight, just talking absolute shit and like just going round and round in circles. And like, isn't it funny? Like, the more shit you talk, the more it actually makes sense. Like, if you just let yourself go and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, you think, oh, I'm talking so much shit right now. But actually, it all kind of comes back around to the same place of like, you know what? That's like the smartest thing you've said all week. And it makes sense. So I was kind of thinking, like, if I drew like little faces on my digits, on my fingers, and imagined that I could look through those eyes and then like fingered my girlfriend, could I like recreate like the experience of my birth? Like, if I imagined that was me and then coming in and out and then back out. And then I was like, well, if we're going to do that, you're going to need a whole stack of staplers and paper clips to pull my finger out of your vagina because I was a forceps birth. Oh yeah, that's me. A forceps birth. Luckily enough, I don't remember it, but I do know enough about maths after having studied it for a while to know that a rectangle is an angle. And that you should always save your placenta. I'm just kidding. I meant пожалуйста, which means please in Russian. But, jokes aside, I actually heard that the placenta after a woman gives birth is a really good source of really amazing vitamins, right? And like, I think it was like Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes that actually brought this to fruition with all their other crazy shit that they did. Scientology. I mean, you think you're doing good for PR, and then at a certain point you think, like, if he does something, I don't want to do it. But thank God I didn't jump on the couch like screaming excitement like he did when he went on Oprah, because my mom would actually kill me. And then that would be the opposite of matricide, which is the Latin word that I can't remember. But anyway, not like you didn't already do it the first time, bitch, when you pulled me out of your account with fucking prongs. I'm just kidding. I love dildos. Look, this is getting a little bit too deep, so I advise any of you first timers to really switch off now because I'm not about to cool down. Oh no, I've only just got started. And the thing is that I would like to discuss next is where is my goddamn necklace? I'm not even kidding. I had a beautiful chain and I took it off earlier because my hair was catching on it while I was giving head. And now I can't find it for love nor money. That'll teach me for sucking up drug dealers. You just can't get the staff these days. That was also a joke. I don't buy my drugs. That was also a joke. I don't do drugs. Prescription? Can you spell prescription, by the way? I can spell it in 5 languages. But right now, I don't care what job you do. I just want to suck your dick. But also, I don't want to lower the tone, so I'll talk about something unnatural instead. Like floor lighting. My mom has really good lighting in her house, and I'm just showing you an example of that right now. And also, can I just show you, as if you may or may not have seen it on any of my other videos, my Christmas lights. My mom just did an amazing job of putting up Christmas lights in her breakfast room. Don't you have one of those? Sorry, I meant conservatory. Sorry, I meant like rich people's extension. No, I meant greenhouse. No, I'm a meat eater. I meant house of glass walls. Don't throw stones. I just meant like my fucking house, bitch, get over it. But basically, she's turned off all the lights. So she's kind of a tyrant, my mom, it's not like we have to save up for the electricity or anything. We're not poor. Although I actually currently have not even a dime in my pocket, and that's no lie. But still, she's a respectful, conventional, traditional girl like that. She turns up all the lights in the house before she goes to bed. And, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So I'm kind of following suit. But it saddens me to the deepest core of my soul that I cannot show you my Christmas lights tonight that my mother spent so long putting up. Because she's turned off all the lights, isn't she? And frankly, I don't know what the switches are. When have I not had staff to turn on the lights in the morning ready for my preparation to get up in the morning? So I couldn't tell you what a light switch looked like, let alone where it was, especially when we have Alexa. And while we're on the topic, because, AI is kind of like slowly taking over our lives, but I've yet to kind of get into that, but I've met a few people who have Alexa, and I kind of love her because not only does she sound so bored every time she opens her mouth, she also has a subtle undertone of humor. And I'm like, you are one bad bitch, Alexa. You are, I don't know from whence you came, boo-boo, but don't go back because I love you. Now play my favorite song. I might even write a song called Alexa, just in devotion to yeah. But until then, I'm just turning on my own knobs and buttons with technology and playing with my own digits. By the way, I am learning to read palms. I can't quite read them, but I also do tarot and astrology. So if you want your fortune reading one way or another, I'm your man. I feel like I don't want to sign off yet. I keep trying to find the punchline, this has got to be the end, right? Is there really more? I just don't want to leave you guys because I love you so much. And you've been so good to me. Frankly, I just want to talk about more, darling. Wait, let me just do an intermissional spin dance in the kitchen. And now I would like to read you. And that wasn't even the wine. Now I would like to read you. Oh, I think that's in the other room. I can't go in there because my mom's my mom's a childminder, right? she's been a nanny or a childminder like for like 30 years. So I'm an only child, so I never really grew up with the experience of having brothers and sisters. But as my mom's been a childminder for so long, we always had other kids in the house. So I kind of feel like I have like 100 honorary brothers and sisters because we all kind of grew up together. We were all like different ages. So, of course, it's a slightly different experience, but I learned that whole experience of brotherhood and sisterhood in a way at the beginning, also through them, even though I was an only child, and also reaped the benefits of that, boo-boo. Let me tell you. But because she's like this registered, like professional, all above board, like tick all the boxes, cross all the T's, dot all the R's, she's like a real deal childminder. And like, for years, she has to have all these certificates up in the house and like, posters of like first aid and like little educational posters. And it's all really great positive stuff for kids, right? But she has this one really cool poster, but I think is in the other room that I can't tiptoe into quite enough, unfortunately, right now for you guys and read out, which is about like, oh no, it is here. It's the dietary customs of all the different religions of the world. Because obviously as a childminder, she's looked after like white Christian kids. She's looked after Black kids, Chinese, Indian, Hindu, Muslim, Jewish, pagan, everything, right? So she has, because she cooks for them too. She's such an amazing woman, and she actually has this chart that she drew up on her cupboard, which has all the different dietary requirements of not only your different allergies and, dietary needs, but also of your religious needs. And I think that's so considerate of her. And like when I saw that, like she never made a song and dance about it. She never like screamed about the fact that she had done this work. And when I saw it, like it just, my whole respect for her as a person, let alone just a mother, but as a person went up like a notch and more, But just in case you were wondering, I'm just going to show you really quick. I mean, it always shows it backwards on the video, doesn't it? So you probably can't read it, but like, see, we have like Jewish. This is the food they can eat. So it's all the food they can eat because she's cooking for all these different kids, right? So Jews can eat eggs, not with meat. They can eat milk and yogurt, but not with meat. Cheese, but not with meat. There goes my ham and cheese sandwich for the night. Chicken, but it's got to be kosher. How do you make a kosher chicken? I know how you make a halal chicken, but how do you make a kosher chicken? Is it the same thing? Is it similar? Like, let a bitch know. Mutton, lamb, like we ever have that in the house, is kosher. Beef, kosher. Pork, they can eat pork. Jews can eat pork, and officially Christians can't either. But, we obviously like shifted a few things up since the Old Testament. So we made the allowance. And actually pork's one of my favorite meats. I always love pork in grease. It's like one of the tastiest dishes, but it does make you question about the scripture about where certain rules came from. Like, why would pork randomly be forbidden? In my opinion, it was because they were considered dirty because they rolled in mud, so they thought they were going to get sick from it. And it's simple as that. So the same as shellfish is forbidden in most monotheistic religions, and that's because we didn't own refrigerators or freezers in those days. So if you left seafood out in the sun for too long in these hot, like Semitic countries from whence these religions come, you would get sick, food poisoning. So like, it's the devil, like you're not allowed to eat it. Like a lot gets lost in translation in through middle-class managerial roles. It's just the truth and how it is. Basically, the true message is just like, be good to yourself and be kind and take care of yourself. I love you. Okay, let's carry on because it's pretty interesting. Fish. Now listen to this. I didn't know this about you Jews, right? But apparently if you're Jewish, you can only eat fish if it has scales, fins, and a backbone. I'll let you figure that one out for yourself. Shellfish, we just talked about that. Animal fat's kosher. Alcohol, yay! Big tech for alcohol for the Jews. Cocoa, tea, and coffee. Coffee, yes. Nuts. Pulses, I don't even know what that is. Is that like fresh fruit juice? Fruit, okay, they can eat fruit, vegetables, yes. And also they have like all the, I love my mom so much. Like she has all like the festivals here, like written like Yom Kippur. It says here like fasting. We're not specified fasting. So I'm going to my American accent. Fasting is a matter of individual choice. We'll tell that to the people at Sodom and Gomorrah, darling. No, but that is absolutely right. Thank God we've moved on since those days. And by the way, I have been to Sodom and Gomorrah in Israel. FYI. Complete letdown. I thought it was going to be orgies all over the place, and all I found was like dusty mountains. But, you know, it's good. We were in a car. We just drove straight through to the Dead Sea, where I did have some wonderful sex with my boyfriend there at the public toilets of the Dead Sea. Should I like let that one out on camera? Anyway, you'll get over it, I'm sure. Okay, fasting. We're not specified. Fasting is a matter of individual choice. That's absolutely right. Yom Kippur. Then we go to Sikh. I'm not going to go through all these because Lord knows we got so many religions in the world. Like, who's got time for all these religions? Like, really, just you do you. And I have full 100% respect for whoever you identify as. But I'm just going to list the ones she has up on here. And this is not all consuming. Like, this is not the like exclusive list or whatever, exhaustive list. There are obviously more religions out there. Apparently, I don't know, whatever, you know. Maybe one up in your bedroom, like, is that, you know, whatever. But like, we have Jewish, we have Sikh and you shall find, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, Seventh-day Adventist, which now we going real deep because this is Christian, but it's not even just like we're dealing with one Christian diet. We're actually dealing with like several different subordinate doctrines of Christianity. So who knew that Seventh-day Adventists could eat different to an evangelist? It was news to me. Rastafarian! That's my favorite, bro. You know you got that dreadlocks up in here. You is a Rasta. Jamaica, Zion, Ethiopia. I'm quite curious. Wouldn't you like to know what a Rastafarian can and cannot eat? I sure as hell would love to know that. Okay, so a Rastafarian, just in case you ever have one over for dinner or whatever, can eat eggs, can eat milk and yogurt, can eat cheese, chicken, some. Well, hell, boo, I could have told you that. You think I got a big appetite, but I sure as hell couldn't eat all the damn chickens in the world. Okay. Mutton, lamb, some, beef, some. That's a bit vague, isn't it? Like, what do you mean some? Is that perhaps like a halal, like kosher thing, like in the way that the animal was killed? Because, you know, I would stand by that. I believe in zero cruelty to animals, but I'm a meat eater. So treat your animals kind and have a long, wonderful, free life and whatnot. And then just kill them quickly and painlessly before you prepare them for food. So maybe it's got something to do with that. Fish. Rastafarians can eat fish. They can. Girls, you'll be pleased to know that. Shellfish. No. No shellfish. Animal fats. Some. Again, quite vague. Alcohol. No. You might have 6 ganja pipes in your house, you fucking... excuse my friend, I don't mean to swear. But okay, listen. You're not getting out of the fact that y'all can't drink alcohol because you smoke 6 spliffs in one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all like to get down how we get down. So, spliff, alcohol, you do your thing. I don't mind, y'all. Just chill and be happy. Don't worry. Be happy, because every little thing is going to be all right. So, apparently, Rastafarians don't drink. Then we got... cocoa, tea, and coffee. Yes, they can drink that. That's lovely. Nuts, they can eat nuts. Pulses, which the jury's still on that one, what exactly that is. They can do that. Fruit, yes. Vegetables, yes. And they don't have a specific, like she's done all the holidays like Yom Kippur, Ramadan, like Rastas don't have that one day or whatever. Then we've also got Roman Catholic and we have Mormon at the end. And they have a tick in every box. Just saying, the Mormons are into a lot of different stuff. And they ticked every box. Oh, there's two X's on here. Wouldn't you like to know what out of everything that we've just mentioned are the two no-nos for Mormons? And they are alcohol and cocoa, tea, and coffee. Like, what are y'all doing on a Friday night? Please. Probably Scrabble or something like that. I mean, I love board games. I can think of many alternatives as something to do on a Friday night, but I just hope you don't judge me for my religious beliefs because I like to drink. And if I come to your Mormon party, I'll probably want to bring my own booze. But if it makes you feel more comfortable, I'll just sip it in the toilet while I was watching or something. Somehow we can find balance. It has been a rough road, but we're getting there, honey. And that chart really kind of helped us through it. So thank you, chart. And thank you, Mom, because what a wonderful woman to care for all these kids for so many years and for me, and being such an amazing carer and childminder and mother and woman. So I just want to take someone to send my love out to my mom. I love you so much. And thank you for everything. And I think that's it for my video tonight. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you didn't take everything I said too seriously. Stay grounded, but let's be a little lighthearted sometimes, Anyway, I love you. And what do you think of my yellow and blue ensemble? Adidas.